Hello, everyone. Welcome to the December 31st, 2023, New Year's Eve, last day of 2023 Soul Circle Oracle session. And this is our Sunday session. And I know I've been introducing some new things like, okay, now, we have the website set up. So you can go get the link anytime from there. And we're going to communicate more on the community there as well, as it relates to your transformation quests, especially. And so for everyone who's taking on healing quests this year. Doing a rebrand of the whole goal thing, calling them quests. Maybe quests have different goals within them. I'm just pulling two cards today for the energy of 2024. So that's, I think, going to be really interesting for us to look into. I also wanted to bring through maybe just some messages for 2024 and some things, maybe just tuning into what energy will be held in 2024, things that I've been feeling maybe. And so let me know in the comments if you're getting the same kinds of things or what you've been feeling for us going into 2024. I think one of the things I really like about Soul Circle and Empath Energetics and the way that we do work is that we're always guiding people back to like your own intuition and your own spiritual sense as well. So even though I might have feelings on what I feel 2024 has in store, I think it's important to do your own work for that as well. So if you are joining on YouTube and you want to join us in the Align Your Time series, then we're doing that right after. But you're not going to see this till after. So if you're just interested in doing Align Your Time work, I would suggest you join the Soul Circle because that's who gets automatic access to any of these workshops and things that I do. And I love offering them. I'm excited for today's as well. And the new Align Your Time series is going to come back in January as well for any of those folks who have missed it. There are Soul Circle folks who actually have missed the Align Your Time stuff too. So maybe it'll just be a good time to start it in January. Okay, let's get into the Oracle read for, I'm just doing kind of a general 2024 outlook. And I might continue reading in on this 2024 energy as the week goes on, because I do sort of feel inspired to keep kind of tapping into these messages of what might be coming. It's like, I feel like an oracle's favorite time of year. It's like an oracle's version of Christmas or holidays is times in the year where everyone really likes doing a lot of like spiritual or oracle work. So, at this time, everyone loves doing a lot of like visioning and seeing forward. And so, I get so excited. Same with, there's like always a time in the fall, especially like when fall switches to winter, where a lot of people really want to do ancestor work and they want to actually do a lot of more like mediumship as well, like things crossing over. I do more psychopomp work in that time too. Yeah, so I always find that really interesting. Okay, so our first card for 2024 from this mystical shaman deck is lightning. Lightning, which is 3-0. You might be seeing threes a lot as well. I've been seeing a lot of threes as it relates to 2024. And yeah, three's like a lovely number actually, numerology wise, to be. I don't think that, I think it's, I don't remember what numerology year, 2024. So it'd be eight. Um, so yeah, tuning into the energy of eight, but also three. I don't know why I keep feeling three. Okay, the formidable electrical discharge of a lightning bolt brightens the sky and strikes the earth, accompanied by the mighty sound of thunder. This phenomenon has a positive aspect. The light illuminates the earth and the psyche, but there is a destructive side as well. The bolts can burn, can even kill if it's too strong. The forces of the upper world are investing their gathered energies to ignite you with this new inspiration and creativity. Allow this divine gift of awakening to take root in your being and enjoy a renewed sense of clarity, passion, and vision. Love that. I'm setting up for a really, really creatively focused 2024. Just tons of creative projects that are trying to work their way up to the surface. I think they are working their way up to the surface. But then I feel like it's going to be almost rapid fire with how they all show up and appear, because they've all been picked away at for many years, most of them. And what's really interesting is I was also feeling a ton of this upper world energy. Like we might be called to doing a lot of upper world work this year. We might be feeling a lot more supported from, an upper place. And for those who don't know, upper world or upper realm, upper place, I don't know, I said that. Upper realm is where our humanistic kind of humanoid figures are. It's where like light beings I see, anyways, everything is sort of galactic light. Ancestors are up as well. They're humans, deities. And that could be deities from every culture. Like anytime we've created an image that is similar to human, and we've sort of put it up in that space. And then down below, we have animals and landscapes. And we have lost child parts of ourselves, these shadowy aspects. And so there's a lot of light, a lot of guidance in the upper world. In the upper world, there's a lot also of like encouragement. I tend to tell people to do an upper world journey. There's lots of reasons why someone might need to do that, but I often will have a sense that someone is really needing to be supported with like words or in a human way, that there's some sort of lack, but that's where they'll get it from. Whereas an animal doesn't really communicate in that way. And a child doesn't really communicate in that same like adult mind perspective. So that's, I would take people down towards lower realm for different purposes than upper. I'm saying all this because our next card is upper world. So I'm already starting to talk about this upper world thing. But that actually was part of lightning. So that's why I say it's extra confirmation, extra, because I'd also been seeing this in the week. And there's like an owl on that card. And I was feeling owl energy going into this year as well. So if that's an animal that resonates with you, then have at it. It's 11:11 here on the clock as well. Okay, the medicine. So we've read the essence, the invitation, and now the medicine of the lightning card says, life has gifted you with a destiny that is in alignment with your passion and in harmony with all existence on earth. Now lightning has come to jolt you into accepting your destiny. Let this initiation release what is in the way of your fulfilling of your life purpose. Okay, it's a strange sentence. Otherwise, you'll be bound to your karmic fate. This is a time to be courageous and daring. So I love that. I think it's sort of enough said with that. It's a time to be courageous and daring. And, I've just been saying this to you from my own perspective of I feel like I'm taking some risks this year, but it feels like a year where you're really supported to take these like leaps or jumps. Like maybe they're not risks. Maybe it's just a leap in forward on path anyway. So upper world, I'm feeling drawn to read parts of this one because I've already explained a lot about the upper world. And I'll happily take any questions below as well. Maybe that's what I can talk about on Wednesday is upper world. Maybe I'll bring some upper world messengers for 2024. So maybe I'll do that on Wednesday. I'll write that down. I'll write that down as soon as we get into our soul circle time. So it's really about I love this invitation. The upper world is calling you to step into your fully realized self. Clear distractions so that you can move into a higher destiny. Do not fall to the temptation to craft a slightly more improved version of yourself. What you perceive as a problem or an obstacle is, in fact, the irritation you need to take the great leap. And I was just saying that. Remember, you cannot cross the Grand Canyon in 2 small jumps. So if you're making big shifts and you're making powerful moves, massive changes, deep transformations, if you're doing any of this stuff this year, which I think is really on the docket for a lot of us, it feels like I keep hearing the word thriving for 2024. I keep hearing that word, like that a lot of people I know, myself, we're going to be in this feeling of and just thriving within whatever we're doing. But if you're going to make these massive, big shifts, you can't just do it like tiptoeing because it'll take forever and you won't feel like you're actually achieving anything. It has to be like, it's kind of like I see a lot of us of running metaphors as I've been tuning into talking to people about their next year. There's a lot of like, I keep talking about running or racing or, going down a hill or all these different things as really it's these big shifts that we're making. So that's getting us started on 2024 energy, lightning, upper world, getting supported by our guides and actually feeling that support. And then, what are we using that support for? Channeling our very like purest essence, like the most of who we are and putting the most of ourselves into this year as well. It also feels like a year where maybe we're going to need to be brave. And that's kind of the reason for the upper world folks is actually saying, listen, I'm really struggling to feel like I know what's next, or you know, I'm having a hard time believing myself fully to see this dream out, or I need to do this alone. I'm kind of scared about doing this alone, whatever the things are. It really feels like upper world folks are there to help like keep you moving forward. Like I keep getting a sense of like hands on the back. So it's like you continuing to step forward because they're actually giving you the push that you might need. Okay, let's switch into soul circle time. You know, behind the scenes in the group time. And so goodbye to YouTube. If you're interested in watching any of the Align Your Time replays from these workshops that we've been doing the last few months, then you can join the Soul Circle, and Soul Circle folks have access to all the replays. I added in access because one section of Soul Circle members didn't have access this week. So sorry about that if you're trying to catch up. I did end up getting to it, but you know, later in the week. And then, yeah, we'll switch on to Align Your Time 3 at the top of the hour. I will give the new Zoom link, so no worries there. And yeah, and then we're going to do a new Align Your Time revamped series in the new year as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, don't fret because I'm going to bring it back. I think everything improves, you know, the more you do it, you end up, it improves over time. I think that's why empath energetics now is like shifted into being something I feel really strongly about because I've seen it, you know, over time. So Align Your Time will be no different. Okay, let's switch into our group time now. Recording. Find my maps.